The first section asks you about the questions for chapters 11 and 12. Questions 2 and 3 specifically come from chapter 11. Question 2 says, what is different about the way Jonas perceives the memories and the way he perceives his own daily life? Why do you think these differences exist? So let's think about this. What is different about how Jonas experiences the memories and how he experiences his own daily life? My first hint is think about the 5 senses. Which one of these senses is different for Jonas in the memories than it is in everyday life? Also, think about how Jonas learns in the memories versus how he learns in everyday life. We know that Jonas went to school and had instructors. How is this different than the way Jonas learns things in those memories? Once you've thought about that, then you can answer the second part of the question, which is, why do you think that this difference exists? Question 3. In speaking of the memory of sledding, Jonas says, I took it from you. Would you distinguish between taking and receiving in this situation? Explain. Let's think about this. Words can have connotations or feelings that they bring up. So let's talk about connotation for a moment. Words can have positive or negative connotations. These are the feelings that they bring up, even though the words have very similar meanings. Let's look at this first example. I have the words inexpensive and the words cheap. The first sentence says we bought inexpensive souvenirs at the amusement park. The second sentence says we bought cheap souvenirs at the amusement park. Even though both words mean that the souvenirs were low cost, inexpensive gives more positive feelings and cheap gives a negative feeling, making you think that something's chintzy or worthless. In the second example, we have words that mean slightly wet. In the first sentence, it says, I ate a moist sandwich. That brings up images of sandwiches with just the right amount of mayonnaise. Whereas I ate a soggy sandwich brings up the image of the sandwich that's been in your lunchbox for way too long. So in this case, moist is much more positive than soggy. And lastly, I'm a bargain shopper versus I am a cheapskate. Those sentences both mean the same thing. I'm a bargain shopper brings images of somebody finding something amazing on the sale rack. But I am a cheapskate brings up images of people who won't spend money on anything, even when it's necessary. So in all 3 of these examples, the words in red have very similar meanings, but the sentences and the way the words are used give us either positive feelings or negative feelings. So let's think about the words taking and receiving. Which one is more positive? Which one is more negative? Based on those positive or negative feelings, do you think Jonas is taking or receiving memories from the giver? Make sure you explain yourself.